you brought up the traumatic brain injury, and we were talking a little bit before about how you choose not to work with NFL players or boxers. Now, do you also add UFC fighters into the bunch? Like, why?
Anyone that's getting a hit to the head, I don't want to work with.
Why?
Oh my God.
Because they might need you the most. That's why I'm curious. Like,
if they do need me and they want to go through a rehab plan, please sign me up, but not if you're going to come and see me and then go straight into the ring. I've got back in Australia, I've got a boxer who I took from amateur to pro, and she's young, but she's getting there, and I just hate what they, I watch her and I'm like, you're getting hit in the head. It's scary because any type of force, you look at this, right?
Yeah.
Between this and the skull is fluid. And the fluid is not viscous. It's not protective in any way. So when you get hit, your brain's doing this. It's jello. It's soft. It's going to mush all over the place. You're disrupting the fibers, and most oftenly you're getting white matter disease. You're disrupting the fibers that I was speaking about that project to different areas. And as a neurophysiologist, we are really looking at things such as nerve fibers. So we're being trained in EMG, nerve conduction studies, EEGs, to look at what is happening to the brain. And oh my gosh, if you put a healthy individual on a brain scan, an EEG, and then get a TBI or a post-concussive patient, it's two different things. So I choose not to work with them. In fact, there's a disease called Parkinson's pugilistica, which is Parkinson's disease caused by boxing. Can you believe that there is even a neurodegenerative disease that is caused by boxing? I mean, there's also chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is caused by repeated hits to the head from NFL. So it's just, I think it's just scary. And now with the NFL protocols, what we just saw with Damar Hamlin, like, I know that wasn't a concussion, that was a completely different story, but like this, you can be doing other things. But then it's a culture of the sport, because what we're seeing now, especially with NFL, is we're seeing there's the medical side, which is what is good for the brain, but then there's a culture side. And I believe that the culture side is overriding the medical side, because the culture side is like, but Louisa, we've got billions of dollars to make. We can't let him leave. So he's got to stay in whether his brain is damaged or not.
Power Project family, how's it going? So no matter what diet you're on or no matter what supplements you take, it's necessary as you get older to know what's going on under the hood. That's why I've partnered with Merrick Health. They're the premium telehealth clinic owned by Derek from More Plates, More Dates. And we have a panel that will allow you to get all of your labs done and checked in a super easy fashion. Andrew, how can they get it?
Yeah, you guys got to head over to merrickhealth.com/powerproject. That's MAREK health.com/powerproject, and at checkout enter promo code PowerProject to save $101 off of this comprehensive panel. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
When you put it in that lens, it makes you kind of also again think differently about the NFL and football itself, because these athletes are already expendable tools, but also, well, we know what's happening to all this CTE with all these athletes. We know what this is causing. They're even more expendable. Oh, this guy's out after 2-3 years. Let's just get another one. Another one's going to come back in. You know what I mean? It's just,
and I don't think anything's going to change even after what happened with the Buffalo Bills player. I don't think there's going to be.
There won't be a change.
There won't be a change, and like if he died, would there be a change? I don't even know if that would be enough still.
No.
I love football. I love watching it. I've been a huge fan. I played it. But something needs to change. Like they need to make like they have made changes, which is cool, but they need to make major change. And I know that they could say, oh, well, it doesn't really have much to do with a head injury. It could have to do with other things that the NFL forced some of the players to do. So it's kind of controversial, but they need to do something.
But that's just the same as, okay, if you take the Major League Soccer, for example, you take young kids who are headbutting the ball, it depends on the velocity, right? So for NFL, the reason why it's so bad is they've got these helmets, which are around 9 kilos, I think, or 9 pounds maybe. I don't know what it is. But they've got that traveling at a velocity, plus their body weight just cramming into each other. So it's the velocity and the speed, which is what makes the severity of the concussion occur. But with headbutting a ball, we've found that even in kids, your brain isn't fully developed. Okay, your skull it's not fully developed until the age of 25. So you've got a lot of things happening as a kid when they need all of that nourishment. There's so many different things that kids need, and they're going to go and smash their head against the ball. I even that's low level, and even that is bad. So, I mean, just stick to, go and play tennis.